Hey everyone, it's me, Natty, and it's that time of year again, which is why my hair is spontaneously silver. And for some of you guys who are new to my channel or just stumbling into the world of Natty Star YouTube, you might be wondering, what time of year is it aside from spring? Well, ladies and gents, it's convention season. So welcome to the Anime North 2017 Checklist and Hype. And welcome back. So last year's checklist that I did with some of my really cool friends was quite extensive. You don't have to agree with me, just sit there and look cute. So last year's video was quite extensive, so this year I'm gonna try my best to keep to the basics. Yeah, I said try, geez. Alright, so every year, for a few years now, I've been putting out this checklist video to help you guys make sure you're packed for the convention weekend of Anime North or just the summer convention in general. Now, last year I had lots of people. This year it is me doing the list. I have some cool folks later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. So we're gonna start with the basics. So the basics, even while traveling, you're going to need some stuff. Oh, before I even start, remember that this is for a full weekend. If you're just going for one day, you don't have to bring nearly as much stuff. And the one thing I cannot emphasize more is, I know I'm going to be listing off a lot of stuff, but you might not have to bring some of it, and try not to overpack. So if you are going with your con buddies, when you're traveling on the way there, you might want to have some snacks, something to do during the ride. I know with myself, I have to drive 2 hours in order to get to Toronto, so I always have to bring something to read, something to listen to, some water, some snacks, some earplugs maybe. I have this thing this year, so that's going to be helpful. Stop moving. If you're flying in, because I know some people are flying in, sometimes an eye mask or one of those really cool travel pillows, they really come in handy. I get car sick, so a motion sickness remedy or something that will stop me from getting car sick, because nobody likes it when you throw up in the car, especially on a road trip. Anxiety medication if you need it, don't forget it. Car rides, plane rides, they can all be really, really tense. And if you desperately need to, you could be like some of my friends and bring sleeping pills for the entire ride. What you also don't want to forget, no matter where you go, you should never forget your funds. So don't forget your wallet, your cash, your debit cards, credit. Don't forget that stuff at home. I've seen it happen before and it's not a pleasant experience. Also, if you are traveling in, please don't forget your passports or your form of identification, and you need your ID to claim your ticket, so make sure you bring your ID with you. Travel tickets, your confirmation, maps if you need them. GPS also helps if you bring your GPS. So we're going to take a quick break while I reorganize myself here, and I'll see you guys in just a moment.
Hi, we're Echo Idols! And we just want to let you know that we will be there on Friday for Anime North.
And we're going to be running an idol boot camp. If you want to learn how to dance like an idol, make sure to come see us.
And we're back. So now we're going to be doing the cosplay little section of the checklist here. So the first thing is your cosplay in general. My suggestion would be to make a checklist for your cosplay. So I'm telling you in a checklist video to make another checklist. I am just lists everywhere, aren't I? So, I know it sounds silly, but make a checklist for your cosplay. Make sure you have all the necklaces you need, your gloves, all that stuff that you need for the cosplay. Make sure you have it. And making another checklist won't take too long. Unless you have a really, really big cosplay, then I feel sorry. Sometimes if you don't want to get your cosplay wrinkled, you might need a garment bag. Or if you don't have one of those really fancy garment bags, I found recycling bags work just as well. Don't forget your wigs if you need them, your wig caps if you need them. And I've found, this is just a personal recommendation, when I shop for wigs, I tend to go to Epic Cosplay, and they offer wig stands. And they're travel, they collapse, and it's perfect for wigs that you can't afford to put in your suitcase. Like, you could just put them on these travel wig stands. I already said checklist for each costume, if you have more than one. If you have more than one, it's gonna take a while. Don't forget your makeup. I usually bring a ton of makeup with me to conventions, even though I don't personally wear all of it. Somebody in my crew might need it if they forget something. So don't forget your makeup and all the makeup accessories. So makeup wipes, which I have like 50 bags of because I overcompensate. Don't forget your makeup sponges or whatever else you may need. Don't forget your cosplay shoes. I almost forgot my Jiraiya Geita last year, and it was really nerve-wracking because I was a really bad person, packed last minute. So, if you need any, I already said jewelry and hats. Oh, wait, hats. That counts on the list, though. Don't forget your cosplay props. Your props are sometimes what even make a cosplay. Like, if you're going to be like me and cosplay from Kingdom Hearts, and if you have a Keyblade that you would like to bring your Keyblade. Don't forget about it. I cosplayed as Goku one year, and we got about 20 minutes away from my house, and I remembered I forgot my Nioibo, which was not fun because we had to drive all the way home to get it. So don't forget it. If you're going to a masquerade, and it's a formal kind of masquerade, don't forget your formal gear, and your formal shoes, and all the stuff you need to be formal. Formal! Now, repair stuff. Some things do happen to cosplays. I know it's sad, especially when a lot of us work hard on the costumes. Some things can go wrong, and sometimes the convention, even though they do offer help, sometimes they're really busy or they're not there and you need emergency service. So don't forget to bring safety pins. That is my main thing, is safety pins. They are going to save you if something goes wrong. If you have time, bring thread and needles with you to your hotel room. Even bring safety pins if you're only going for one day. I cannot emphasize safety pins more. But thread, bobby pins, because sometimes wigs tend to mess up. Don't forget the bobby pins, they might help. Hairspray, hair gel, especially for those wigs. My friends recommend the Got To Be brand, and honestly, I've put enough of that on my wigs that they could withstand a hurricane at this point. Hot glue guns, don't forget those. If you don't have a hot glue gun, that's okay. Somebody else might bring one. I know they have one at the Cosplay Help, but hot glue guns are very, very helpful, especially when you don't know how to sew. You don't know how to sew. Stop agreeing. You could temporarily hot glue things together. I've already mentioned bringing makeup removers, and I found spot sticks, like Tide to Go. Again, a lot of people wear their costumes. If they eat out at a restaurant in their costumes and they get mustard on their shirt, it could be very, very disastrous. So bring a spot remover. It will come in handy. If not for you, it could come in handy for someone else. We also got to think about what we could do to be good cosplay friends to other people. And last I'm going to cover for this section is health. It's important to look after yourself first. So please remember to bring your medication. Forgetting to bring your medication is going to be disastrous. So please don't forget. If need be, please pack it first. You need, just in case, like if you go to the rave and you get a headache or something, bring pain reliever. If your joints start hurting, pain reliever is very helpful. If you know you're not going to be eating a lot, which is bad, it's bad. Don't look away from me, you know it's bad. But if you're not sure how much you're going to be eating, bring multivitamins just in case. That way you could still get some of the nutrition that you need. Band-aids in case you get cut. I find that in the really hot weather, even if I'm wearing makeup, my lips tend to get dry. So lip chap is one of those awesome things that you can bring. And the last one that I'm going to touch on is a reusable water bottle. Last year, we talked about the importance of water, of bringing water with you to the conventions. Like, I tend to bring a case of water with me, but in the end, the hotels offer water, and if you bring a reusable water bottle with you, you could fill it up at the convention as well, and it's not creating as much recycling as we need. So if you can bring a reusable water bottle, that's fine. If you want to bring a case of water with you, that's okay. But I suggest bringing a reusable water bottle with you. You can fill it up at your hotel, at the con, and it'll just make things easier. I'll talk about the importance of water bottles later in the video, but right now we're going to cut to a quick break, so I'll see you guys in a minute. Hey everybody, it's me, Natty, and I am joined today by Flower Crown Prince from 7th Fantasy Cosplay.
Hi.
So, how long have you been cosplaying?
I've been cosplaying for about 5 years. Only around 2 or 3 years, like, seriously. Before it was just very derpy and casual, and now I'm, like, doing thing.
Awesome. What's your favorite cosplay that you've done?
I'm gonna say Corona, because my tiny Genesis baby is crazy, and I love them.
That's awesome. I love Corona. So, I understand that you have been going with me to Anime North for quite a few years now.
Yes.
And every year we always have these fun issues where we're always dying of heat. So,
that's a thing.
So what would be your recommendation as to what to wear for a summer cosplay?
Anything is a summer costume if you try hard enough. But thinner clothes, I think. Like, don't wear a sweater. That's a bad idea. Unless it's a very thin sweater. Then go for it. Do what you want. I don't care. Not a lot of layers. Not a good idea. Layers with armor. Not a good idea. But if you have enough water, you can do anything. Just don't get dehydrated.
Good point.
And get heat stroke.
Good point. Awesome. In your personal, professional opinion,
Professional.
what would be the most important thing to bring to a convention that's like a weekend long, like Anime North?
You gotta bring your phone. Because if you get separated from your friends, or if something happens, and you gotta find somebody, or I don't know, bring your phone. Bring your phone. It's important. Bring your wallet, because
Money?
you're out for a weekend. Bring your money. And water. So you don't have to buy a bunch of water. But water is important.
Mm-hmm.
Bring water.
So as a cosplayer, you have lots of cosplays to bring to the convention. There's probably one a day plus an extra one, something around there. What is some packing advice that you would give to some of our lovely viewers about how to pack with multiple cosplays, plus everything else that is on the checklist.
Plan beforehand, okay? Don't pack the night before the con. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a bad idea.
I do it all the time.
Don't do it. It's a bad idea. I did that, and I forgot stuff. Gotta, like, make a list of things you need and double check 4 times.
This video is a great help.
True. Like, I don't know, make sure you have pajamas. I always forget pajamas. Bring the pajamas. It's not fun sleeping in, like, jeans or something. Bring pajamas and make sure you brought them. Make sure you have all the pieces of your costume. Double check. Like, remember things. Also, double check that you have all of your makeup. I always forget one piece of makeup. Like, eyeliner or eyeshadow or, I don't know, something. I forget something and it's not a good time. Bring it.
That is some very helpful advice. And last but not least, what are you looking forward to most at Anime North this year?
Not getting heat stroke. What am I looking forward to? I don't even know. Cosplaying. Meeting cool people. Meeting
cows.
My friend. Cows. I love cows. No.
Mark!
Meeting friends that I either haven't met in person yet or have and I don't see them very often. Hanging out with friends. Not getting heat stroke. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Flower Crowned Prince, and we will see you guys at Anime North 2017. And we're back again. So I don't think I've touched on the one thing that some people tend to forget to bring to these conventions, and it's hygiene. Hygiene is very important, especially if you are a cosplayer wearing lots and lots of layers. So don't forget your toothbrush, your toothpaste, dental floss, if you're going out to Montana's and you decide to get that rack of ribs, mouthwash if you use it, soap, deodorant, I'm going to underline that, shampoo and conditioner. I know, I emphasized this last year, I know they provide some at the hotels, but it's always easier to bring your own, and that way you're guaranteed for the entire weekend. Bring a hairbrush and your comb, or if you use a comb. Bring a hairdryer, because sometimes the ones at the hotel don't really work as well as you would hope. If you require a curling iron or a flat iron, please don't forget those. Styling products. If you're, again, using a wig, you don't have to worry as much. If you are going freehand with natural hair, which I am not, then don't forget like any styling products that you might need. If you require a smaller mirror, I know if you're rooming with more than one person in the bathroom, and if they're taking up all the time in the bathroom, and you need to do your makeup, always having an extra mirror is handy. Sunscreen is something I want to emphasize. Sunscreen is really important. And with how hot it was at last year's Anime North, I highly recommend bringing strong sunscreen. And it doesn't matter if you're fully clothed, put on sunscreen. It could prevent you from getting really bad burns. And I know it sounds kind of gross, and I know a lot of makeup products have SPF in it, so to protect your face, but even putting on sunscreen before your makeup might help save your skin a little bit. And trying to find a way to make that work is a challenge. I managed to do it last year, but it might be hard, but sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. And I recommend the really strong stuff. Moisturizers, lip balm, things to prevent your skin from drying out, because that's another thing that we don't want. If you are wearing contacts, either casually or with a cosplay, or if you need them, then don't forget your contact solution and your contact case. Putting them back in little bottles is probably not recommended. So I'll touch on contacts in just a second also. Shaving cream and your razor, makeup remover, and any of the pills you need. And for anyone who needs cornflakes, hopefully you guys know what I mean at this point in time by cornflakes. If you need those, don't forget those. Nail clippers and nail files, especially if you accidentally break a nail. Hand wipes, tissues, tweezers in case you get a splinter. I know I got one last year. Again, don't forget your medication or any pain relievers you might need. And a first aid kit. Something with bandages, something with band-aids, and all that fun stuff. I rolled my ankle last year at the dance, and I was stubborn and just, okay, let's hobble all the way back to the bus and then hobble into our hotel. And my ankle was so swollen because I didn't wrap it up and all we had was a little bit of ice to put on it. So bring a first aid kit, if not for you, for your con mates that you're going with, or even someone who just might miraculously need it. Now, to put all this stuff in sounds like a lot. So one thing I do want to say, I said it at the beginning of the video, I think, is don't overpack. Don't overcompensate. Like if I say bring casual clothes, I don't mean pack your entire wardrobe into a suitcase. I mean 1 or 2 t-shirts, 1 or 2 pairs of pants, your pajamas, and lots of socks. That's the only thing I will emphasize is bring lots of socks. But with conventions, it is really, really easy to overpack. Like half the stuff that you pack clothes-wise or bathroom-wise, you might not even need, but it's like a safe bet to pack a little bit of it. So we went through a lot of stuff in the video so far, and I will be right back to give you guys some tips.
Hi guys, it's Dova here, and I am joined with my doll, Evie. This is a reminder for Anime North that cosplay is not consent, and neither is owning a doll. Make sure if you are going to take a picture of anyone or anyone's doll, you ask for permission first. It's a courteous thing to do, and it's the right thing to do. I hope you guys enjoy Anime North, and I hope I see you there. Peace.
Hey everyone, it's me, Natty. We're back, and today I have Hiroyuki Senpai from 7th Fantasy here with me today. How are you?
Tired.
Understandable. So Hiroyuki, how long have you been cosplaying for?
About 6 years. So in like 2011.
Oh, that's pretty long.
It is.
Awesome. So you and I met at Anime North a couple of years ago.
Yes.
It wasn't a couple, it was probably like 3 or
2014.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And so what would be your opinion on what to wear for a summer type cosplay? Because Anime North gets really hot.
Well, depending on what you're comfortable on wearing, then that's all that really matters. So as long as you're prepared to maybe die of heat stroke in a full suit of armor, then drink up and go ahead. So as long as you're comfortable and know the consequences, if you don't take care of yourself, if you're in like a big suit of armor or something, then yeah.
Understandable. So in your opinion, again as well, what do you think is the most important thing to bring to a weekend convention like Anime North?
If it's like summer, one of the most important things is deodorant. To be honest, I don't care if your feet smell, because I can't smell them if I'm standing up and you're walking through a crowd. But if it's sunny, you need deodorant because everybody around you is going to fall to the floor and die. But other than that, you should probably bring your own case of water, because at the store it's like $3 and you get like 24 bottles, but at Anime North it's $3 for a bottle. So you know.
Yeah, that is very important, staying hydrated at the con.
Yes.
I know I always bring like 2 or 3 cases of water and it's gone by the weekend. So I know that you as well, you can bring more than one cosplay to the convention.
Yeah.
What would be your advice to the people out there for how to pack all of those cosplays, all of the weapons, plus everything that's in the checklist video?
Don't overpack, because I found that I always do like a set cosplay list, but then I bring like 5 cosplays, and then the day of the convention, I'm really late getting ready because I'm like, oh, I said I was going to be this character, but I want to be this character. So then I take like 500 hours to decide what character I'm going to be, and then I drag everybody behind, and then I pull everything out of my suitcase, and then it's harder to pack it all back up. So don't overpack. Don't cram everything into 2 cases, because that's still overpacking. If you have to sit on your suitcase to close it up, that's bad.
That would be me.
Yes.
Awesome. And so what are you looking forward to most at the convention this year?
Probably meeting a bunch of new people, because new people meeting is fun, because that means more friends. And I don't have many friends.
What am I, chopped liver?
So, yes, I have like my little cosplay range of friends, which is like 6 people. So, my beautiful Naru, Natty Senpai, and like 4 others. So, Anime North and conventions are always a good place to meet new people who enjoy doing the same things as you do. Hopefully, because that's why they'd be at a convention. But I'm also looking forward to cosplaying and just having fun in general, because who doesn't have fun at Anime North?
That is true. Well, thank you so much for coming out all the way here for this like 5-second interview.
Yes.
I appreciate it so much. And we will see you guys at Anime North. Peace. And we're back. Another thing is I want to talk about the contacts. I did mention contacts. One thing I want to say is contacts are, they can make a cosplay sometimes. But the one thing you don't want to do is purchase the contacts immediately from the convention and then try to shove them in your eyes. I did that before with someone I know. I did that with myself, and it was a very bad decision because you could ruin your eyes that way. If you buy your contacts for your cosplay at the convention, take them back to your hotel room with a contact case and with some saline solution and let them sit for hours upon hours. Like, if you buy them on Friday, like as soon as you get to the con, maybe on Saturday you'll be able to wear the contacts. It's just eye safety. I don't want anybody going blind or getting an eye injury. It's just safe practice of contacts. Just let them sit and you'll be able to put them in later. I know sometimes people want to rush and just shove them on in there, because I did that and that was a bad decision. And again, I did talk about water. It's really important. I can't emphasize how important it is to bring water with you. It's really hot at that convention. Even wearing a t-shirt, I was dying. So, like, water is really important. I know if you bring a single water bottle with you to the convention, you think that's going to last you all day. It probably won't. So please, if you bring a water bottle with you, if it's a reusable one, that's great. If it's a standard plastic one, try to reuse it before getting another water bottle. So if you don't want to go back all the way to your hotel and get another water bottle out of the case, then just fill it up at the con, and that should help you out a bit. Just drink lots of water. Soda, energy drinks, that stuff could possibly hurt your system, especially if you're dehydrated. So just drink lots of water. So Anime North, this is going to be my 11th year going to this convention. So all these things that I'm telling you to bring are things that I've either forgotten myself or things that I wish I did bring with me. I'm not kind of just pulling everything out of thin air. It's all things that I think are necessary to bring to this convention, and things that I've talked to people and sometimes they're like, oh, contact solution. That's a good idea instead of water. So, it's one of those things. I have a lot of experience conventioning, and so, this list is just my ideas. It's been growing every year. This year I've tried to keep it to a minimum, even though it's a pretty long video still. I want to personally thank everyone who contributed to this video. So thank you to Dovahkiin Dreamer, Flower Crown Prince, and Hiroyuki from 7th Fantasy Cosplay. And thank you to the fantastic Echo Idols for your contribution. And I can't wait. I hope I can make it to your guys' panel. So, that is it for this portion of the video. And I can't wait for this year's Anime North. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. And I will hopefully see you guys at the convention. Peace. Do you have to nod? Do you have to add input?